Join us on an adventure to the fantasy world with the official Lord of the Rings of Power podcast. Available only on Amazon Music, included with your Amazon Prime membership. Listen to more than 15 million podcast episodes across genres and languages on Amazon Music.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, like bringing brownies to a dinner party. But I never bring brownies with nuts, because not everyone likes nuts, so they wouldn't eat those brownies. And even people who do like nuts will still eat brownies without them. Why? Because they're brownies.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The year was 2008 and we were on a safari ride inside one of the popular sanctuaries in India. As usual, we had not spotted a tiger and there was a disappointed look on everyone's face. The safari soon ended and the vehicle, after making an exit from the game road, entered the main road. Just then, a young boy in the group shouted, "Look, tiger!" Spontaneously, everyone looked in the direction he was pointing. Alas, what he was pointing to was the billboard showing a tiger in squatting position, and below were written the words, "Help us save tigers." Dear listener, this is the Winning Edge Talks podcast and I am Vishwanath, your host. I'm a sports mental conditioning coach, counselor, wildlife enthusiast, author, blogger and podcaster. I am back after a long break. I am looking forward to talking to you all. For this episode, I am deviating from my usual sports-related topics to another topic that is going to be on the wildlife. I'm going to speak about India's national animal, the tiger. The title of this episode is Tiger, Tiger. By 2008, the population of tigers in the wild in India has shrunk to a dismal low of 1,711. This figure is a staggering low compared to the 40,000 tigers present in India by the turn of the 20th century. We are now in 2023 and the tiger numbers have doubled. Estimates say the population is more than 3,500 now. Thanks to the stringent rules and conservation efforts, this was made possible. I will narrate one by one the main reasons for the decline of tiger numbers. Firstly, it was largely due to hunting of tigers as a game by the Rajas and Maharajas. Back then, the British lords and the elite in India. Next, it would also be due to shrinking habitats caused by rapid urbanization, leading to man-animal conflicts. It could be due to territorial fights between rival tigers, leading to deaths. Again, poaching of tigers for its skin, bones, hair and other parts. These are in great demand in some countries for their supposedly medicinal value and ornamental value. Biologists say tigers, especially the male, are the biggest of carnivorous cats. The males, especially the Siberian ones, are bigger than the lions. The researchers also say if there is a conflict between a male tiger and a male lion, the tiger is going to come out victorious and could inflict any injuries on the lion. The tiger that belongs to the Pantherus tigris species biological classification is the most sought after animal for wildlife tourists wherever it is found in the world. Tigers attract hordes of tourists to India from all parts of the world. The tiger is the most majestic of all predatory cats in the wild. To watch the magnificent tiger in the wild is a sight to behold. The tiger, with his shiny coat of dazzling orange, golden yellow color and stripes of black and white, is a treat to watch. The spine-chilling experience of spotting a tiger is something that words cannot describe. You fall in love with this majestic animal. You fall in love with the majesty, swagger, and grace of its walk, and it makes you to go back to the jungles hoping for one more sighting. Hey dil mange more. Tiger sighting is an addiction. You are eager to spot for the first time. Once you are done, you want to go back for a similar experience the next time and the next. The reason for the craze in tiger sighting is that they are not easily spotted in the wild. They are mostly solitary unless it's a tigress with cubs. They are elusive because they can be anywhere in their vast territory. The reason tiger sightings are rare is that they are active mostly during the twilight, the wee hours between sunset and sunrise. They mostly doze off in a shade during the day. They can be spotted during the day walking towards waterholes, mostly during afternoons and evenings when the sun is blazing hot and they are thirsty. It is also a rare but not an uncommon sight to see a tiger bathing in the cool water to beat the sun's heat. To worsen the prospect of tiger spotting, their territories are vast. The territory of a male tiger can be somewhere between 60 to 100 square kilometers, and that of a female, it can be 15 to 20 square kilometers. The other reason tigers are admired is that they mostly hunt alone, while lions, or rather lionesses, hunt as a team. Only on rare occasions, tiger brothers or tiger sisters together hunt as a team. It is very common for the tigers to bring down big prey all alone. Prey like the gores, buffalo, sambar deer, nilgai, elk, lynx, and the bear. It shows brute strength, ferocity, while hunting bigger prey. I have been a wildlife lover for close to 25 years now. I developed this interest from my cousins, Mr. Mukesh and Mr. Ramchandra, who live in Mysore, a city in Karnataka. Mysore is a city that is close to Bandipur, Nagarhole, BRT and Madumalai. My cousins are devoted to wildlife and have visited forests n number of times. I must say, the closest parks to them are not the residential locality parks nearby, but the national parks at Bandipur and Nagarhole. Funny, isn't it? Mukesh is a hardcore wildlife enthusiast, wildlife photographer, bird watcher, and a social worker who works with NGOs that work for the betterment of forest tribals, forest guards, and wildlife preservation. Mukesh has gone to the extent of naming his own house in Mysore Aranya, meaning forest in Kannada language. I used to hear a lot of stories from them about their expeditions to the nature parks and the sightings in the wild. The two brothers, and especially Mukesh, has spotted the tiger on innumerable occasions, and each time they had a different story to tell. When I got my service posting to Mysore, my quest for the wildlife exploration began to grow stronger. And before I realized it, I was sucked into it. Even till date, I'm a very big wildlife fan. I often join the two brothers in trips to the wild whenever opportunities presented itself. Though I have been on countless visits inside the tiger reserves, I must say I've only been lucky to spot a tiger thrice. That too, not too closely enough. Like every tiger hunt is not successful in latching onto its prey, so are your chances of spotting a tiger in spite of your many visits to the wild. There are people who have visited the forest many times but are yet to sight a tiger, while there are a few who have spotted a tiger on their first trip. Tiger sightings in the wild are not guaranteed. There were many occasions when we had to return satisfied on seeing the pug marks of a tiger and to hear stories from forest guards that a tiger passed by very closely a very few minutes ago. Oh, what a near miss. There have been many occasions when commuters on public transport vehicles or people in their private vehicles have spotted a tiger lying on the roadside. These unintended commuters got a good surprise darshan of this magnificent animal. You can't spot a tiger in the wild with a wish and a prayer on your lips. It doesn't happen that way. You need luck. Like the quote, the harder you work, the luckier you become. In case of the tiger, the more your visits to the wild, the better are your chances. The tiger has no obligation to present itself to you, nor is the nature obliged to do natural justice to you. Our experience tells us, even if you visit the core of the jungle, you may still not spot a tiger, but you may pleasantly be surprised to spot one strolling majestically on the middle of the game road in public glare without a care in the world. Whenever you visit Bandipur, Nagarwale, BRT, Madumalai forest, you are sure to sight plenty of deers, sambars, monkeys, and with some luck, elephants. Elephant sighting is also a rare and not guaranteed. But nothing compares to the eagerness, curiosity, suspense, excitement, and the thrill of wanting to see a tiger. There have been occasions when we, during our summer visits to Damankate, the Kabini Tiger Reserve, we spotted hundreds of elephants who come to quench their thirst at the backwaters of Kabini. But we returned home disappointed on not sighting a tiger. We were not satisfied at seeing so many elephants at the same time. Life is like that. The more elusive something is, the more the desire to have it. I have visited many forests across India, like the Kaziranga, the Manas, Jim Corbett Park, Thekadi, but the desire to see Ranthambore in Rajasthan was always there. I, along with my two grown-up sons, Akhil and Akshay, went on a trip to Ranthambore in February 23, that's last month. It was a planned 3-day, 3-safari visit. Ranthambore National Park is known for its tiger tales. You can read the famous stories of Machli, Krishna, Ustad, Mala, and Riddhi T124 and others from the net. Ranthambore attracts thousands of tourists. During my visit to Ranthambore, I always made it a point to observe the occupants of the safari vehicles. Indian or foreign, young or old, there is a common interest and eagerness in the eyes of everyone to see a tiger. The tiger promotes tourism better than what governments do. On the first 2 days of our safari, is we spotted plenty of deers, sambars, huge nilgais, and even big black sloth bear. But again, the disappointment of not sighting a tiger in the home of tigers, Ranthambores, was always there. On our third and last safari trip, we entered the course Zone 3. The likelihood of spotting a tiger in Zone 3 was more than ever. Before long, we had completed 3/4 of our duration and still no tiger. Oh, come on. Our Ranthambore trip would surely end in a short while without spotting a tiger. A big disappointment it would be. Anxiety was writ large on our faces. Just then, our canter safari driver and guide both received calls at the same time from another vehicle in Zone 2 that there is a tiger movement from Zone 2 to Zone 3. Everyone became alert and started frantically looking for the tiger coming our way. There she was, Riddhi T124, sitting on a gradient about 100 feet away. Hooray! At last! Yay! Riddhi is the granddaughter of the famous Machli tigers. She has made a name for herself, fiercely guarding her territory even against the invading bigger males. No wonder she is now called the Queen of Ranthambore. Riddhi paid no heed to us as she was paying attention to the plenty of alarm calls coming from deers, sambars and monkeys from all around. Maybe she was cursing them that they would possibly spoil her hunt. That's the way it is. More times than not, it's the monkeys who come to the rescue of smaller prey who are grazing innocently in the wild. Just when we were satisfied that this is the best she had to offer, Riddhi surprised us by majestically walking down the gradient towards the many safari vehicles that had assembled to get a glimpse of her. She walked gracefully, swaying her torso as though she was walking on the ramp of a beauty contest. Indeed, she was beautiful. Riddhi was conspicuous of her presence and gave a damn about us. She cared less for the visitors who she has got used to over a period of time. She was hungry and she wanted to hunt. Looking at his watch, our driver said, "It's almost 8:15 a.m. and she must be hungry and eager to catch some prey." Riddhi walked past in front of our vehicle and we had a very satisfactory glimpse of her. She later hid inside the bushes nearby. She was trying to use the commotion caused by the safari vehicles to advantage, hoping an odd deer or a sambar would come her way. As the safari time had come to an end, we moved away from the spot and to the exit point, fully satisfied. We had spotted a tiger in the wild at perhaps the closest distance one could get to. On our way back, I overheard a co-occupant say in Hindi, "Tiger spotting, kismat ka khel hai." You need luck and we were lucky. Paisa wasool, he said. He was right. We were indeed lucky. I've already told you about my cousin Mukesh. Recently, on the 14th of March, he along with our another cousin Srinivas, accompanied by their wives, visited the Damankatte Kabini Nagarole Tiger Reserve. They were seated in the safari vehicle, at least for a good time. There were no good sightings. Then suddenly, they were lucky to spot a leopard and in a short distance, a tigress with a cub on the same trip. They were lucky to spot the tigress walking to her cub, who was bathing in the cool waters of a waterhole, cooling herself in the summer heat. I spoke to both of them, Mukesh and Srinivas, to share their experiences about sighting a leopard and a tiger on the same day. Now, Mukesh first.
Thank you, Mr. Vishwanath. I am Mukesh here from Mysore. I have been visiting all these wildlife sanctuaries since almost 20-30 years. And I always visit sanctuaries not in expectation of seeing a tiger. I always visit to enjoy the aroma of the forest feel and the songs of the birds and other things. And in case you find a tiger, that is a bonus. And once you see a tiger, you are sure to get goosebumps all over your body. It's for sure. And very recently, that is maybe 1 or 2 days back, when I visited Kabini, I came across a tiger passing over a safari vehicle within a span of 3 to 4 feet, and all the people in the bus were so excited to see a tiger in such close quarters. So, sighting a tiger is nothing than excitement, nothing less than an excitement. But I advise people not to anticipate to see a tiger whenever they visit the safaris, because sighting a tiger is by chance. It's not guaranteed, because it's not a zoo, it's a wild animal. So whenever you visit there, you try to enjoy the aroma of the forest feel, and the birds, songs and other things. But if you see a tiger, it's really a bonus from my side, I can tell you that much. And you are sure to get goosebumps. And it is aptly named as the national animal of our country. Thank you.
This is what Srinivas had to say.
Thank you, Mr. Vishwanath. I am Srinivas from Bangalore. I've been a wildlife enthusiast from my early college days. I love to explore the wildlife more often, and I've been visiting the forest many times, as I love to explore and experience the thrill and wilderness. It's a very different experience indeed. Especially sighting a tiger or a leopard is a very rare adventure. The thrill of sighting the tiger in their natural habitat is unexplainable. You have to experience it on your own. Just a few days ago, I had been to Damankatte forest, which is on the backwaters of River Kabini. For almost an hour into the safari drive, there was hardly any sight of wild animals, though we thoroughly enjoyed the flora and fauna of the jungle. But a few minutes later, to our surprise, we spotted a leopard crossing the road. Wow, what an experience. I had never seen a leopard in the wild. We could get a fairly good glimpse as the leopard quietly walked away into the deep bushes. As we moved around in the vast jungle, we spotted a tigress with a cub. It was a very rare sight. It was simply amazing and thrilling. And the tiger started walking close to our bus in which we were doing the safari rounds. I could actually feel a chill run down my spine seeing a tiger from such a close distance. It was just a few meters away from our bus. We could see the tiger dipping itself in a water tank. We could see the tiger dipping itself in a pond, drinking the water, yawning and nodding its head from right to left. Though sighting a tiger is unpredictable, animal lovers are super inclined to get a glimpse of tiger during every visit. But I must tell you that you must be extremely lucky to find a tiger. It's sheer luck and truly is an amazing experience. We could sight the tiger for almost 15 to 20 minutes, and we could also see it with its cub. The majestic gait and its size is simply amazing. We could clearly hear the cameras in our bus clicking continuously as people watched with great amount of excitement and thrill. As we were watching the tiger and the sun was setting, we could see the tiger and the cub slowly disappearing into the bushes. Well, I must tell you that it was indeed a great experience. It was amazing and thrilling.
That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of The Tiger. I'll be back with you soon for the next episode. Until then, goodbye.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
It never dawned on me how much walking I used to do until I bought a house in the suburbs. Like when I'd say, I'm going for coffee, of course I was walking, but now it's like 3 miles and no latte's worth that. I find myself inviting people on walks with me like it's a scheduled activity. This morning, my neighbor asked me what I'm doing, and I actually said, I'm going for a walk with Nancy.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.